Hello, this is Margaret Ajibola, the STEM Positive Disruptor, and today I have a special guest, Kai Clarke. She is an engineer. She's also a disability advocate, but she is also a founder and CEO of a company called AI. It's ethical AI
I think
for the
yeah.
yeah, and for the Caribbean. So it's mainly in Jamaica, but beyond that as well. But she'll tell us more about that. The reason why we set up this platform is we want to educate, we want to raise awareness, we want to change perception and demystify what STEM is, like science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. What we also want to do is showcase the diversity of roles within our industry, the diversity of people that work within our industry, and also to celebrate them. And Kai is just and just seeing her and just listening to what I was listening to one of her conversations she had as one of the panelists, and just she's powerful, and so she's just gonna sort of blow you away. So without further ado, I want this is your floor, Kai. So please welcome. Tell us about yourself.
Thank you so much. I appreciate the introduction and I feel so warm and welcomed. So just to emphasize again, my name is Kai. My disability is relapsing remitting multiple sclerosis. How I explain it is that my body sometimes doesn't listen to my brain. And in doing that, I lose the ability to use most of my limbs or inner parts of me, like bladder problems or swallowing problems. And it is something that not a lot of people in Jamaica have. In fact, I have a WhatsApp group chat with them, and it's like 30 of us so far that are in the group chat. And I'm sure there are more people, unfortunately, that have my illness. However, it's not as easily diagnosed in Jamaica due to constraints of medical resources like MRI machines or neurologists, basically, and ability to pay for a neurologist. So
Mm.
that's something that is also extremely important. I have done a lot, I believe, with my illness, as in someone that has my illness. I have spoken at conferences, yes, I've spoken at many conferences, but I have
Mm.
achieved a lot. You spoke about my company, EthicalAI. It's actually pronounced Ethicai, but
Oh,
for people to understand it, it's EthicalAI.
okay.
And the whole point of it was it started with me trying to create a data set for disabled individuals within Jamaica
Mhm.
and the wider Caribbean so that they are able to create better opportunities for us. Because unfortunately, a lot of disabled individuals are currently homeless and on the streets.
Wow.
And yes, so I proposed it to the government and I wrote a paper proposing it to the government, and we'll see how it works out by the end of the year. But my company built off of that and started and also has it now as a child. So Ethicai is the parent, and redefining this AI redefining disabled is the child or a subsection of it.
Of course, yes, yes, yes. Do you know,
Yeah.
that is so amazing. I'm so proud of you. I'm I really want to celebrate the fact that I didn't know it's that severe. And it's thank you for sharing your disability. But we're not going to so much focus on that, but we have to also expose that because I think it's important. You're also an engineer. What sort of type of engineer are you?
So I am an electronics engineer. I have a bachelor's in electronics, but I focused on renewable energy systems and circular economy in my final year. So I have a focus on that.
Okay, that's well, thank you. The reason why I was asking that is because we want to showcase that because again, we talk about engineering and we talk about people, women, men that are working within our field. We talk about the diversity of people that work in our industry itself. But also, I think coming back to it's for me. Sorry, I was just thinking about what you said about most disabled people are homeless in the
Yeah.
Caribbean due to the fact, is that because of lack of knowledge or ignorance, or because the government does not know what to do, or why is that?
It's not because government doesn't know what to do. There is a system in place to
Yeah.
help them.
Hmm.
However, I would say on my own perspective is that disabled individuals are not able to take advantage of that system due to their own lack of knowledge or to their own inability to learn more. So, for example, I'll speak about one person. There's one disabled person on a street nearby where I live, and he has his leg turns inward, so he can't walk properly, basically.
Okay.
And it's not that he's not only disabled, but he's elder. So he's a disabled elderly person.
Okay.
And that just brings two minorities into the game right there, because elderly people and disabled people, I'm sorry. However, he is unable to go or unable to benefit from certain resources because growing up with his disability, he wasn't able to get the education that he needed. Growing up with his disability, he wasn't able to create the relationships that he needed, the community that he needed. So for me, I have an education, I have a great set of friends, family, I built myself up, but there are a lot of people who weren't able to be put in that same scenario. Yeah.
Do you know, I think that's the difference between you, Kai, and others, in the sense that from what you said, and I picked up, is that you had a support network around you, because if you didn't have that, you wouldn't have been able to go and study electronics. You wouldn't have been able to do what you do, even writing a paper about the issues, and even, coming before the government and say, hey, these are the issues. And I think in a way, I do love the fact that using your platform to showcase the issues that are being faced. And I think, you spoke about this gentleman, he's elderly and he's disabled, but he never had the opportunity because he was never educated, or his family didn't know what to do. And, sometimes we shun those people who do not look as if they can fit into society, whatever that means. And I think in a way that is in a way a hindrance. But I love the fact that you set up a WhatsApp group, you are raising awareness, you're trying to get more people involved, because again, this is so important. The only way we can change the situation is to expose the situation, is to make it a public situation, is to make people take responsibility for saying, hold on, there we are put this. Just because you're disabled does not mean you can't fit in or add to society.
Yes.
And that's what you did. Sorry, go on.
That's exactly what my paper spoke about. So I wanted so within Jamaica, we start at a base, which is good. We start at a baseline of minority communities being poverty. But I propose that we need to start at severe minorities being people who are unable to do what traditional people are able to do. So disabled, then we can start with the poverty, because most times the disabled people are in poverty related situations, and then we can build again up from there. So that was proposed to the Planning Institute, but let's see what comes from it. And we can only cross our fingers and hope that something comes from it.
Something will come from it, because you are an advocate. You are pushing the boundaries. You're breaking down boundaries, actually, because because one of the things I was asking in my question to you before, not now, but now I'm going to raise it again, is that how did you overcome the issues that came along with your disability? Because again, as you're saying, that sometimes you're not able to function the normal way, and so you have to adapt a lot. So how did you do that? I'm sure you had some setbacks, but how did you overcome those setbacks?
So I was diagnosed in 2017, and in 2018, I started my electronics engineering degree. It's one of the hardest degrees in Jamaica. The first year, I got all A's, which was great, but it was also the easiest year of all my degree. So 2, 3, and 4, it's a 4-year degree. I had relapses throughout that entire thing. I couldn't use my hands, I couldn't walk, sometimes I couldn't see, I couldn't taste. And my community is what brought me through everything. I had friends that would carry my bags to different classes. I had friends that would carry me to different classes. I had friends that would sleep over the hospital with me. I had friends that would sleep over the hospital with me and then teach me what I missed in the class. There's also institutions that are made within the university to aid people with problems like mine, because I'm not the only disabled person throughout the university. So there was an entire thing made central just for us so that we are able to do our exams and learn and understand. And that really, really helped, you know, and each and every year I would not graduate, I would pass with A's. I had one C my entire university degree. And that just shows to say that, you know, I had help. I had a lot of help, and you need a lot of will and a lot of drive to keep going, to keep moving. Genuinely. Because after I finished my program, yes, the help helped me, but becoming an engineer was not easy. As in the engineer profession in Jamaica particularly, it's mostly men. It's 90% men, 98% men and 2% women. So being in an engineering field and just being surrounded by men, having a disability that would permit or limit me from doing certain things, then having the whole ideology that in order for me to progress in my career, I needed to do those things. It was taxing. It was extremely taxing. But the will to keep going, the will to keep moving, everything had steps. Everything you needed to stop, think, relearn, 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 relearn. It was a constant relearn problem. And I had no medication. I had just the ability to just keep trying. That's something that I can tell myself that I'm proud of. For the things that I went through, people wouldn't be able to go through them and then say, okay, I'm going to try again. I'm going to try again. I remember one time I was trying to travel from one side of Jamaica to the other side of Jamaica. And we do that through a bus system. And I couldn't handle sitting down for that long. So I started literally spazzing out. And I collapsed behind the bus. The bus couldn't see me and it was reversing back. It was going back. And I was just screaming on the floor, unable to move until somebody said, hey, somebody's right there. And I think anybody else who had been in that situation would be like, I would never travel again from to the other side of Jamaica. But no, we can't be thinking like that. The shame that people put on themselves, that anxiety that people put on themselves, that lack of drive, that can be an enabler instead of a disruptor.
Indeed.
It should push us instead of stopping us. We can't avoid feelings like that. Can't do that.
No, you can't. Do you know, I'm so proud of you, Kai. I'm so against all odds. Look at you now. But you know what? I am so proud because, you know, one of the things you said is that you have to have the drive, you have to have that resilience, you have to want it, you have to go beyond what is out there, what is happening to you. But I think also what you're also saying is that you had the right support network, you had the community who understood and they supported you through that journey, even during when you were doing your school, the latter part of the last 3 years of your education and what you were going through. You had support from key people. You know, you made the mention that there was about 98% men. That I'm sure these guys had to adapt and learn about you and help you through that. Even though it's, maybe not.
Some of them did.
Some of them. But you know, you can't, not everyone has the patience.
I can't expect them to. I can't expect
exactly. But the people understood and they helped to adapt and helped. And the teachers and the fact that the university also had a system in place to allow you to be able to, even though you were going through what you were going through, they were able to help you to adapt and do and complete your degree. And I love the fact that you all your exams at the end of each year you were getting A's apart from one C. I mean, you know, that is an achievement. That's wonderful. I am proud of you, as I said, and I like the fact that you want other disabled people to see what's possible because you are the face of change. You're the face of what can happen if you put your mind to it. And if you have the right people around you, because you can have all the drive sometimes and all the resilience, but if you don't have the right people around you, you can get very broken down because sometimes
Yeah.
it's just like knocking people, the pain, the issues, but you seem to have a good combination of both.
Yeah,
So
and it's important because I had in my initial years after leaving university, and you're leaving those set of friends behind. And I'm a friendly person. I'm a joyful, friendly person. I'm gonna talk to anybody I want to talk to. I'm gonna be, hey, what's up? What's going on? I had to learn that not everyone is
IQ.
one like me, and not everyone is going to care. Not everybody is going to care. Unfortunately, we live in a world where people will look at people being weaker than
Yeah,
them
of course,
or
of
being
course.
different than them and be like, hey,
Yes.
tough luck, figure it out, and maybe even try to push it on further. I was in a relationship once, and the individual told me to my face, every time I'm talking about my illness, why I want people to accommodate me. I mean, that the relationship didn't work out, but at the same time, that's how some people are.
Some people are indeed.
Some people are like that, and they do
Yeah.
have that mentality that they are
Yeah.
able. So why should I take care of someone who is disabled?
Yeah.
And they
Yeah.
have a negative connotation or a negative mindset to the
Mindset.
word
Yeah.
disabled.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
because I am who I am, because
Yeah.
I am a strong person, I
Yeah.
walk and I talk
Yeah.
strong. They're like,
Yeah.
how dare you have a disability? You're lying. You have to be able to handle things like that because
Yeah.
people have their mindsets and they
Yeah.
don't know it, but they are ableists.
Yes, indeed.
People are
Indeed.
ableists just
Yeah.
because their mindset thinks in one way
One way. Yeah.
and
Yeah.
they can't think anything else. And it's not
Everything
my
else.
responsibility to try and fix them, but it's my
No.
responsibility to be in a situation where I am listened to, where I am
Yes.
heard, where my feelings are accommodated for.
Indeed.
And you will
Indeed.
find your people. You will
Yeah.
find your people because the world is not black and white like everybody says.
No. No.
The
That's
world is
so.
so many different colors.
That is exactly, and you're so true, and that's a good point as well. I think it's being aware of that, and I think this is what you've done with your community is raising awareness of the opportunities that could potentially be theirs, and it's also breaking down that their mindset as well. That holding has been so hard for so long. How is it going to change for me? But you are showcasing that's possible. So I want to move forward slightly because you also have this business where you show
Mhm.
the benefits of AI and getting
Mhm.
businesses in Jamaica and beyond Jamaica to use AI ethically, knowing that
Yeah.
if you understand what the benefits are, then you can translate that to knowing the difference and knowing how you can make it work for, but in a positive way and how its impact is not negative but positive. But also you also talked about making them um, compliant to the local laws as well. Can you tell us more about that, please?
So Ethica or Ethicai is something that I constructed recently.
Oh,
And
okay.
yeah, it's going well so far, but I
Okay.
constructed it recently and it is to educate Jamaican businesses and Caribbean businesses on different laws concerning AI use, data protection, AI regulation, and ensure that they have the necessary policies in place, the necessary training, and the necessary mandates that help them to use AI responsibly and ethically so that they do not lose millions and millions and millions of dollars.
Indeed.
In doing that, I have workshops coming up, but right now it's mostly centered on women empowerment. For
Okay.
example, I have Ethica AI Circle, and that
Mm-hmm.
circle is to teach. The first session that we have is AI times wellness, and
Okay.
yeah,
Nice.
it's two different categories of things,
Yeah.
and we're trying to show people in the wellness industry that AI can help them, and we
Of
can also
course.
show people in the AI industry how wellness helps them. So I got
Hmm.
a beautician from England speaking. I have me myself speaking. I have a AI lawyer speaking on the topic.
Hmm.
I'm trying to get an AI accountant, and we're going to be having it in Jamaica shortly. The
Oh,
sad thing about it is that we had the hurricane recently, so we're gonna have
yeah.
to push it back so that we
Okay.
can accommodate more and more people. But it's happening, and I'm excited for it.
I'm really excited for you as well because I think in a way it's so important. I think in a way what you're also doing is positioning yourself as being an expert within Jamaica because I think it's about understand. I think you understand the tide and what's working, and it's about you position yourself to be that expert that people come to, even though you're starting in a different with women, empowering women, AI and wellness. But it's actually important, as you said, it's AI is integrated across the board. You can't get away from AI. Just even
Yeah,
with me and you talking now, we talk, AI has its role played in so many different ways as well. And I do love that. And I think in a way, what you're also saying is that because if you can educate businesses about the things, the benefits of AI, and also understanding that if you work ethically, and you abide with the according to the law, you're compliant to the law, you
pretty
won't be
much.
losing exactly because if you understand that and you give them the reasons why and you know how to do that, then they will actually be happy because they know that you've helped them to save not just thousands but millions of pounds long term. Because again, what you're doing is you're saying, I want you to work within the rules of the regulations that have been set in Jamaica. And starting somewhere is just as important as, if you started big. And that's so, so important as well. So again, I'm just I'm just so proud of you. I really am. I
Thank
love your
you.
passion. I love your energy. I love your drive. I love your motivation. I love what you wake up in the morning no matter what, and you don't let anybody stop you. And I think again, I think one of the things I have picked up is that you have a right sort of network around you because you had to have the right foundation to move forward. And I think that worked well for you. But also what you're also doing as well is that you're sharing what you have learned, what enabled you to be who you are and where you are, but also you're breaking down those barriers where the government is concerned. Even though they know what to do, they need the likes of yourself, Kai, to say, look, hold on a minute, there has to be a change for you to do this. We need that. Does that make sense? And also, I think one of the things I did like about you is that you're saying it was heartbreaking, one, that disabled people are mostly homeless. I still don't get that, but it's a reality you said in that world, but that can change as well because again we can put systems, we can get government stuff, or at least the community start looking at things that hold on. Just because you're disabled does not mean you're stupid. You're
For
a prime
instance,
example of that, isn't it? Because look at
yeah,
you and all what you achieved, electronics engineering, and you look at you and where you are right now. Does that make sense? You're doing AI. You've picked up, you understand the tide, and you're saying, hold on a minute, we need to position ourselves. And that's what you're doing, Clarke. And so you're saying to us people who are disabled, look, just because you're disabled does not mean you're limited. Don't look at yourself as limited. It just
definitely.
means that you have to look at things in a slightly different way and how you tackle it,
Yes.
but it's achievable. Whatever your dreams, whatever your visions are, it is achievable. And so, do you know, I'm so proud of you, really. And I'm so grateful that Sarah introduced us, well, made that introduction because your energy is just so powerful, it's so positive,
Thank you.
and it's about bringing change. And this is what we want to do. This is what we put this platform is to educate, raise awareness, change perception, and demystify. And that's exactly what you're doing in relation to you being a disabled advocate, being an engineer, but also AI as well. Even though you're starting and things are slowly picking up, but
Hmm.
the vision is big. The opportunities
Hmm.
are big. There's no limitation because AI is here. You can't
It's
run and get
here.
away from it. You are
Cannot.
positioning yourself. to be one of the experts that people come to, the government will come to you, not just because you of what you do, but because you have the ability and you know what is needed and how to bring, and also the fact that you're bringing the law and AI and how you can make it for businesses is saying, hold on a minute, this is quite a unique position that people don't really think about, but it's important.
Yeah.
So you're just an amazing woman. Very
Oh, thank you.
amazing. Yeah. No, but you are, and I'm so proud of you. I'm celebrating you. I'm celebrating the fact that you've come a long way. And the world is your oyster. There's nothing that can limit you except
No,
you
thank you.
decide, okay, even with you, even though you've got this disability, and we know that sometimes it can be hard, but you also
Mhm.
know that there's another way around you. It's not gonna stop you. You're gonna do whatever you can do to get to that place where you need to be to. So
Yeah.
thank you. Yeah. So thank you so much. And your parents, are they quite strong advocates for bringing change to the community in how and your siblings maybe, I don't know. Or it's just
My
you?
mom, my mom is an advocate. My father is elder, so he's not
Okay.
really there. Yeah.
Okay, okay. Okay.
Um, my siblings not really here in Jamaica, they're abroad. So
Okay. Okay. All right. So you're the one carrying the flag and saying, no, we are gonna change the world in our space and do that.
yeah, yeah.
Do you,
And my mom is the big foundation as to how I build upon things. She's my backbone.
wow.
She's always there
You
pushing me.
know, yeah, that's so great. So well, we salute your mom then. Okay, tell her that we're celebrating your mom. What's your mom's name?
Her
Just
name
give
is
her a
Lydia.
shout out. What's her name?
Lydia.
Lydia. So shout out to Lydia, mom. We are proud of you. We're proud of what you're doing for
Woo!
you. Yay! But as I said, I wanted to celebrate you, and I think you're going to go very far. I, the limit, there's no limit. The limit can only be, as you said, the mindset has to change. But I think your strength, your ability to see things in beyond what is presented to you, showcase that the opportunity is vast. You nothing can stop you, and you also, especially in Jamaica or the Caribbean, you're positioning yourself as an AI expert, especially where the law is concerned, especially where compliance to the local law is concerned. And if you can, it's just by you getting that one connection that changes everything. You just take everything, just move things away in the way that you want it to be. So, I'm just really grateful to you that you've come on this platform and I just want to celebrate because, we can talk so much about the things, the issues, but I think you're also a solution provider. So what would you say to just the world, to the audience, the things you like to see where disability is concerned, where to change? Maybe in the Caribbean, I don't know, maybe the issues that of course, every part of the world is different, and some people are so much more advanced than others. But in the Caribbean, what would you like to say that could be changed, that you would like to see happening? And also as an
Her-
engineer as well, because again, those combinations is important.
Yeah. Oh, there are a lot of initiatives to help minority communities like mine.
Mhm.
Um, but most of those initiatives don't include my voice, meaning the voice of the disabled people.
Okay.
So they're making ramps. Thank you. They're adding us to meetings. Thank you. Recently I watched a movie where somebody in a wheelchair was doing surgery. A surgeon was doing surgery in a wheelchair and they fixed the bedding just to help. And that all they had to do was talk to her. So I would say for anyone who would like to be more inclusive, or any country or any institution, just talk to us, learn from
Yeah.
us.
Mm.
You can always start from the bottom, but the bottom is never as low as when you're always sitting in a
At the
wheelchair
bottom. Yeah, that's so true.
or on the
Yeah.
floor.
Exactly, exactly, exactly.
For the disabled community, this is something I've been following for most of my life since I was a
Yeah,
child.
yeah,
Make fantasy a reality and live it until your
yeah.
dreams come true.
Come true. Yeah, that's your saying, isn't it? Indeed.
Yeah, it
And
is what it is.
and that's what you've done. You're proving that that saying is very true, and that's what you've done as well. So, I'm grateful to you, Kai. I'm grateful that you took time out to us to have that conversation as well. So
Thank you.
really appreciate your time, and the fact is it's now nearly 11 o'clock. Oh no, 10:30, nearly, no, just around 10. Is it 10:30 around your time?
10:30, yeah, 10:31.
10:31, yeah. So thank you so much. I appreciate you. I appreciate what you're doing. I'm celebrating you and I'm proud of you. And the
Thank
fact that you are a role model as well, because again, if
you.
you can do it, anyone can do it. And especially in the Caribbean, especially in Jamaica, the fact that you broke down those barriers and your mom, Lydia, yeah, mom,
This was such a
helps it.
great conversation. Thank you.
No,
I'm so
thank you.
pleased. Thank you.
No, no, I appreciate you. I truly appreciate you because again, we want to expose those things. We want to celebrate people like yourselves, and if there are things we can do to spread the word, then that's what we want to do. This is the platform to do that itself, and that's why I was asking the
You're doing a
question.
great job. You're doing a
Well,
great job.
well, thank you so much. So anyway, look, thank you. Again, this is Margaret Ajibode, the STEM Positive Disruptor, and my special guest, Kai Clarke. She is an amazing woman. She is what you call a role model, the leaders of the future, a leader that will break down those barriers as a disabled advocate. But you listen to this conversation because you learn a lot. You learn a lot about your resilience, learn about what's possible. There's no limitation except your limitation, what you put on yourself. Do not let anybody put any limitation on you. Trust, believe in yourself, have the right support network around you, and you break down those barriers. So again, thank you so much. Please, listen to this, like, comment, share with your network. Let's spread the word because I think what Kai is doing in Jamaica is huge, especially where disability is concerned, but also where AI is concerned, and her workshop that hopefully will be happening in next sometime late this year or next year.
Next year, yeah.
Next year. So, again, please look out for her, and the support her as well. So again, thank you, Kai. Really appreciate your conversation today. Thank you.